Thank you, bunch of words to this. It's your boy, Bok Choy. You know, we just chilling here. We've been killing it in our first 2 games over here in Schalke. Oh, 4. Yeah, excuse me, I got a little bit something stuck in my throat. I guess I'm a little bit nervous because in this episode, we have a little bit of a derby coming up against their heated rivals. And personally, you know, one of the teams that I'm a fan of, but don't tell anyone about it. Borussia Dortmund. And yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing in the Bundesliga right here. And hopefully, I get to play in that match because, we do have a couple of them coming up. And yeah, I'm going to give you a little bit of a peek into the future. Might get my first national call-out very soon. And that's why you're not seeing, any of the GTA footage. You ain't seeing any of the live, vlog footage early on. No. It's coming at the end. And they're apparently going to be arresting me up. Their new 18-year-old wonderkin, American wonderkin, the American dream. AKA, I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. Shout-outs in the comment section if you actually get that reference, because you'll be my friend for life. And if you don't get that reference, we simply cannot be friends. I'm sorry, the bok choy does not roll with those who do not know about the real American. But I am being arrested right here as we're going up against Freiburg, and it's just typical. They don't play me. They don't score. Simple as that. I kid. You know the motto is to go ahead and keep it humble. We're in the Euro League, aka Europa, and of course we scored 2 goals. Well, we didn't score 2 goals, but the team scored 2 goals. I did account for one of them in our first match, and now we're coming back on the backside right here. We're starting with my boy farming in between the 6. And look at that beautiful bok choy. Leroy Sané actually getting a restart. He doesn't start every match, which is a little bit surprising. Johannes Geis, and in the midfield, and I cannot ask for a little bit more as we go up against SK Rapid. Now, as you can see, a little bit of a sloppy pass back. I pounce on it like a jungle cat, playing out to my boy Leroy Sané. Asked for it back, just taking a lovely little touch, squaring up the keeper, and just pushing it far into that far post, splitting the defender as well as the keeper right there. Lovely unselfish stuff from my teammate Leroy Sané. That's what I like to see right there. And great little tuck in there, and you just using the inside of my boot right there to go ahead and finesse it into the far post. And lovely, good work. And I am off to a fly start. Look, how many goals is that? How many goals is that in my first? I think that's like 3 goals in 3 games. It's something sensational. As you can see, I already have 2 goals in the Euro League to start things off right here. I mean, it's not it's not the highest level of competition, I must admit, but hey, you gotta beat whoever's in front of you, and that is simply what I'm doing. But the game was not over. We're going to keep on pushing, and look at this. A great save by Farman over there as Rapids were, trying to get back into it. They need to get 3 goals. Well, actually, they got the away goal. Yeah, I think they have to get 4 goals, so it's looking pretty unlikely here, but let's go ahead and see if I can pad on some stats, I guess, in this match. I just wanted to play some good football. That's what's kind of been jinxing me this whole entire time, is like, sometimes I can get it going, and sometimes I'm not, and I don't know, it's something about the team chemistry here that is just working. Look at the strength. Remember, I'm almost 200 pounds at 5'8", I'm a freaking 500, turned it on the inside, should have shot right here, went for the ball roll, and they were able to pounce it away from me. Was in a great position, should have done a little bit better. Now, Sané onto the ball, and look at the chemistry between me and Sané. Fortunately, cannot put that in the back of the net, but I gotta love him. I gotta love Leroy. Me and him are gonna do beautiful things this season. And now, Sydney Sam going ahead, putting it in, but gotta train up. And that's it. I just gotta start training up my head, and man, like, I know I'm not the tallest, but I'm a little bit punchy. I got that little bit of a, like a dough tie around my midsection. I can kind of, bounce off of people and get up there. And then look at that, attack position +3. I mean, that's not all that great. And look, I thought I did pretty well. 92% passing, 100% on all my shots. Positioning, I was never out of position. I guess the the ball retention was a little bit bad, 1 to 9. I guess that was why we're going low, but that was a nice little warm-up indeed. And this is what I was prepping for, ladies and gentlemen. United States national team selection. It's been a full year of me being professional. I know a lot of you guys have been asking, hey man, it's time for you to probably go back home. Talk to your parents about it. And why not? As you can see right there, but more on that later. As you can see right here, they're starting me in this match, but unfortunately, I only have about 80% to 75% of my stamina going into this match, which is never all that fun, because my main weapon as a player is my pace. And if I'm starting off that low, that means slower players are going to be able to keep up with me. Hopefully, you know, the team, hopefully the home crowd can go ahead and rally me in this match right here. We're starting on the big boys. My fellow Asian boy Yoshida starting out on the left side. Matip in the middle. Leon Goretzka. Hoger in the middle, ahead of Geist right there. And Maximilian Mar in the lineup. But no Leroy Sané. So we'll see. We'll see if that is the missing piece over here. And look at this front three, man. Marco Reus, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and Enric Mkhitaryan. This one's going to be a tough one, guys. Even if it is a home match. Oh, this scene's my first derby over here in Germany. And look at Maximilian Mar going ahead and laying it off right here. I don't have the pace, so I go from distance. Oh, nerviness from myself. I go for the outside, the boot shot. And what a stop. And you gotta test them. My long shots aren't that great, but I got decent enough shot power. And if I were to raise that just, you know, maybe 2 feet higher, could have gotten something special going on. Now Choupo-Moting over to Meyer. Puts it far wide. In good distance, dangerous stuff early on. All the attacking coming from one side, our side, the home side. And as we can see, we felt like we could go ahead and pounce early, but then the counterattack was coming. Nothing would result from it. And I was kind of questioning this from the beginning. Why was Hoger starting in front of Johannes Geist? You know, he's able to bag a couple goals. He's gotten a couple assists this season. And then, you know, why not go ahead and get him into the game? He's more of an attacking threat. So he comes in at halftime, hopefully to go ahead and spur us on. Right here, I latch onto this. And then there we go, Geist. Unfortunately, got the rebound, but cannot put it on target. Now, your boy, Bok Choy, hit him with the burst spin, doing it to the defenders, going with the slightness. And unfortunately, hitting with my left foot, floats it. I kind of slice it far wide. I'm getting into good positions in this game, but I can just not find, you know, look at this, cut inside, doing it 2 defenders, absolutely doing Matt Hummels, and what is that for a finish? I try to finesse this with a far post, and it floats, barely curves, and goes right into the path of the keeper right there. Huntelaar now into the match, and as you can see, getting a couple more physical stats right there, getting the +1 in the bounds, which is always nice as an attacker. And right as I'm making the run, they go ahead and call it. Of course, ref. Of course. I don't know, kind of a frustrating match, if I'm going to be honest. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm called up for the United States. And this one's going to be a little bit shorter, man, because we head into the international break, which gives me the opportunity and being called up by my country to play back at home in the States. I think it's time, man. I think it's time that I go ahead and head on back. So, you know, this is me going to the airport, and I'm going to be taking a plane ride and going back, talking to my parents. And I don't know, guys, I don't know. I mean, the support, I'm going to be real with you guys, the support on the series has been great, but it hasn't been stupendous. And with FIFA 17 right around the corner, I'm going to level with you guys. Do you think, I'm going to leave it up to a vote, guys, do you think that I should be wrapping this up quite soon? I'm thinking also, you know, I feel like you guys who watch this are the diehard. I'm thinking about, you know, in this month leading up to FIFA 17, diversifying on this channel, playing, you know, other types of games. And I'm thinking very specifically maybe doing a little bit of a Madden franchise. So, and we'll leave it up to a poll to you guys. You know, do you think I should be doing a Madden franchise on this channel? Or no, you'd like to continue to see, you know, the My Player or you know, maybe more FIFA content. I'll leave up 3 choices onto there, and I hopefully ask that you guys vote. Anyway, my name's BeModest. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. Remember, stay yourself. Stay healthy.